This is insane. Tim just released a statement on Twitter. Remember, I told you, for people like Tim Pool, that buy-off is going to be really expensive to actually bring them on board. It would need to be closer to $5 million yearly for him to be interested.
Ukraine is the enemy of this country. Ukraine is our enemy. One of the greatest enemies of our nation right now is Ukraine. And we should apologize to Russia.
I just wouldn't have expected this much money to be invested in this.
That's what happens when you're a free thinker.
Dave Rubin, I think, is his name. Like, do you think he's like actually retarded, or is he like a paid dude?
My assumption would be that like people make too much money in this space to be paid off by Russia. But now I don't know like how much of their audience is even real, especially as I've been diving into all this bot shit. Like these people might make way less money than I actually thought, in which case, like if Dave Rubin only makes, 250,000 USD a year, you could easily buy him off. People in media should publish their taxes. That's like a thing people should have to do. I don't know.
Ukraine is the enemy of this country.
Do you think he's literally being paid by Russia or just retarded? I don't know at this point. The thing is that the marching orders are so consistent from person to person to person. The Hinkles, the RFKs, all these like conservative weirdos online that also make appearances on RT and shit. I don't know if they get paid through some Russian. I feel like if there was a huge payment scheme that somebody would have uncovered it by now.
Ukraine is our enemy.
Conservatives are generally the ones right now, generally they're the ones that are primed to believe like every crazy conspiracy on everything. But it's so funny because when anything regarding Russia comes up, they're like, no, I don't think they would ever do that.
Right.
Russia.
Yeah, why
Russia? Would they really try to? No. I mean, or maybe
being funded by the Democrats. I will stress this again. One of the greatest enemies of our nation right now is Ukraine.
I'm sorry, we don't like evidence. I'm sorry. I'll wait for that to show up on a Tim Pool podcast and then you'll believe it. Jesus Christ. My God, you motherfuckers will cite Russia Today and believe it over your own fucking intelligence agencies. It's so wild.
Is now accused, a German warrant issued for blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline. Triggering this conflict.
Never think agents in Moscow are each day laughing for spreading stories via X or Tim Pool just to see who can make you more upset at the insanity. That would be funniest.
Ukraine is the greatest threat to this nation and to the world. We should rescind all funding and financing, pull out all military support, and we should apologize to Russia.
Why is it the conservative shit just like, it rots my brain? It's just insane how much stupid shit they can say and get away with. It's insane. How big of a player in the AI game is Musk supposed to be when it comes to like Grok and Twitter and his early investments and all that shit? Like, is he considered like irrelevant now, or is it like, oh, he's rich and he invests and he's like a decent? I don't mean in terms of like how cutting edge is their shit, but in terms of like places. I feel like it's so weird that a guy that owns X and is like investing into AI shit, it just will like blatantly retweet like fake AI news. That's just like insane to me. Even if it is obvious and you say it's obvious, but it's not to everybody that clicks it. I know because my mom sends me some of these stupid fucking links. Like this behavior would be so unacceptable from anybody else. Like if Jeff Bezos or Mark Zuckerberg were doing things like this, it would just be insane. It would be unhinged. Elon is like Trump, except while Trump is 80 to 85 IQ, Elon might be 90 to 95 IQ. Based on how I've heard Elon talk, I feel like Elon is probably quite a bit above average intelligence. He's just like very, very, very emotionally driven. I really do think that Elon's whole online thing is a reaction to just people bullying him. Could Kamala sue? It's not a matter of suing. It's just Elon's behavior is wholly unacceptable. Like, remember, Republicans wanted to destroy all social media protections because they felt like COVID misinformation was being censored too heavily. But when a foreign actor like Elon Musk, who's intensely politically partisan, buys and then goes private with one of the largest social media networks in the United States and is blatantly a politically partisan hack, and then even like retweets and spreads like AI misinfo, the Democrats are silent. And nobody seems to care. But it's because the standard is so low for conservatives. We just like expect it. Like, if you were to hold like a meeting and you had like conservative children and liberal children, and the conservatives showed up where they had all shit themselves, the expectation would be that you would tell the liberals to just bring nose pins. Like, obviously the conservatives are going to show up shitting themselves. Like, no shit. Like, obviously. As alleged, the Russian state broadcaster RT orchestrated a massive scheme to influence the American public by secretly planting and financing a content creation company on U.S. soil, says DOJ. Indictments against Kostya Kalashnikov and Elena Afanasyeva. Jesus. Benny and Pool are the same number of YouTube subscribers as mentioned in section 4 or paragraph 4 of the indictment. Wait, hold up. Kalashnikov Afanasyeva, I don't know, Founder 1 and Founder 2 also worked together to deceive two U.S. online commentators, Commentator 1 and Commentator 2, who respectively have over 2.4 million and 1.3 million YouTube subscribers. Tim Pool, 1.4 million.
There's this idea.
Or 1.37 million. I don't know if they just went with the Google list here or the Google. Founder 1 and Founder 2 contracted with Commentator 1 and Commentator 2 to produce videos using Commentator 1's and Commentator 2's own names and leveraging their existing audiences for license and publication by U.S. Company 1. Wait! Oh, fuck. What did I watch? Oh, I don't think I watched this on stream. I think this is off stream. Oh, I'm not going to be able to remember it. There was a girl that was on Tim Pool, and I was listening to them talking about something, and she literally says, "Yeah, this reminds me of when I used to work. This reminds me when I used to work back with RT." Fuck. Oh God, what's the video that I'm thinking of? I think it was recent. It was a girl that said it. I think there were two different women on this show. The redhead, was it? I don't know if it was her or not. Oh, fuck, what was this about? The U.S. company at the center of this Russian plot uses the same slogan, the indictment notes, as Tenet Media, the home of Lauren Southern, Tim Pool, and Benny Johnson, among others. Uh-oh. 2 counts, FARA and money laundering. Network of heterodox commentators that focus on Western political and cultural issues and identify 6 commentators who regularly post videos featuring these commentators, as well as other videos that do not feature commentators across an array of social media networks. My schizo posting is real and true. Wait, this lady. Hold on. I don't think we ever watched this on stream. I heard her say this and I was like, oh, interesting. Yep, yeah, here it is. I was like, damn, she's just on your show, huh?
Troops out of Syria. He set a deadline for withdrawal from Afghanistan. They lost their minds over that, and I think that was the principal catalyst that set them off to try and destroy him.
Yeah, and having dialogue with other world leaders such as Putin. I mean, I went to the Trump-Putin summit at the time I was working for RT, which was super fun because we were at the center of the conspiracy to elect Trump, you may recall. And it was, for me,
just wild how, again, imagine a CNN show, imagine some like liberal news network where you just have people that worked for, oh, so back when I worked for Hugo Chavez, back when I worked for the Venezuelan state media, like,
me, incredible actually to witness a U.S. president acting like a statesman and sitting down with a powerful leader of another powerful country and supposedly acting in good faith. And I later interviewed the deputy foreign minister of Russia who was involved in those negotiations, and he told me that acting in good faith. And I later interviewed the deputy foreign minister of Russia who...
Whenever there's a foreign department in a country like this, so when she says she interviewed the deputy foreign minister of Russia, what that means is they either reached out to her or RT set up a conversation between her and him so that they could go over talking points, by the way. That's what that means.
Who was involved in those negotiations, and he told me that they agreed on so much in Helsinki at that time that then just got completely, he said that we were shocked when a few months later Trump, withdrew from the INF treaty, went along with all the things that John Bolton wrote in his memoir he advised Trump to do. And it really does demonstrate that I do think Trump tried, but that the president is up against a lot more than we realize. And it's even more than Bolton and Pompeo and these characters.
Do you know the one time the media praised Donald Trump as presidential?
When?
Any guesses?
When I can't remember.
I feel like you had a guess.
It's just like, it's insane. In the private correspondence while working directly for RT, pursuant to Founder 1's written contract, Founder 1 and Founder 2 regularly referred to their sponsor, i.e. RT, as the Russians. For example, on or about May 12, 2021, Founder 2 messaged Founder 1 on Discord. So we're billing the Russians from the corporation, right? On or about May 22nd, 2021, Founder 1 messaged Founder 2 on Discord. Also, the Russians paid. So we're good to bill them for the second month, I guess. On or about June 2nd, 2021, Founder 1 messaged Founder 2 on Discord. Also, I say we bill the Russians for the last month once we're done the extra op-eds, referring to Founder 1's paid opinion articles for RT. And on or about January 5th, 2022, Founder 2 messaged an acquaintance on Discord about paid leave that the Russians had offered to Founder 1. I hope that this is like, I don't know if it counts as treason. I should look up what these things, like the actual meaning of like what counts as this, but if commentator 1 and 2 are Benny and Poole, they demand $5 million to spew the shite they do about Trump. Hold on. On or about February 8th, 2023, Founder 1 reported Persona 1. When Founder 1's outreach to Commentator 1 and Commentator 2, Founder 1 advised that Commentator 1 said it would need to be closer to $5 million yearly for him to be interested, and then Commentator 2 said it would take $100K per weekly episode to make it worth his while. Founder 1 cautioned that from a profitability standpoint, it would be very hard for a Viewpoint, i.e. the initial public-facing name of the new venture, to recoup the cost for the likes of Commentator 1. Do we want to read these whole indictments? Link me again. We'll read them. Now we have to. 32 pages. Okay. Introduction. RT, formerly known as Russia Today. Did you feel that RT was trying to do weird shit with you? They just wanted me on. I think that when Russia reaches out to people like me, the goal is to have me on as legitimizing figures for their platform. If I'm going on, I am going on to sincerely debate and argue with them, and they know that they're not going to be able to control me. But the goal of that is to be able to say, like, well, look, hold on. It's not propaganda. We have people like Destiny on. See, he argues and debates us. He argues with us and he debates us. So it's like, you know, it's legit. I think that's the goal of having voices like me on those networks. That's why I kind of stopped. RT, formerly known as Russia Today, is a state-controlled media outlet funded and directed by the government of Russia. After Russia invaded Ukraine in February of 2022, RT was sanctioned, dropped by distributors, and ultimately forced to cease formal operations in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and the European Union. In response, RT created, in the words of its editor-in-chief, an entire empire of covert projects designed to shape public opinion in Western audiences. One of RT's covert projects, as described herein, is its funding and direction of a Tennessee-based online content creation company, US Company One. Over at least the past year, RT and its employees, including Kostiantin Kalashnikov, isn't this the name of like the AK-47 thing? Kalashnikov? That's a real also person name? Damn. The defendants have deployed nearly $10 million laundered through a network of foreign shell entities to covertly fund and direct U.S. Company One. Jesus. Company One publishes English language videos on multiple social media channels, including TikTok, Instagram, X, and YouTube, using multiple fake personas, often edited, posted, and directed the posting of or by U.S. Company One of hundreds of videos. Many of the videos published by U.S. Company One contain commentary on events and issues in the United States, such as immigration, inflation, and other topics related to domestic and foreign policy. While the views expressed in the videos are not uniform, the subject matter and content of the videos are often consistent with the government of Russia's interest in amplifying U.S. domestic divisions in order to weaken U.S. opposition to core government of Russia interests, such as its ongoing war in Ukraine. Since publicly launching in or on about November 2023, U.S. Company One has posted nearly 2,000 videos that have garnered more than 16 million views on YouTube alone. U.S. Company One never disclosed to its viewers that it was funded and directed by RT, nor did the U.S. Company One or its two founders and principal executives, Founder One and Founder Two, register with the Attorney General as an agent of a foreign principal as required by law. Company One, we don't know yet. I'll figure it out as I read this. Kalashnikov, Afanasyev, Founder One, and Founder Two also worked together to deceive two U.S. online commentators, Commentator One and Commentator Two, who respectively have over 2.4 million and 1.3 million YouTube subscribers. Founder One and Founder Two contracted with Commentator One and Commentator Two to produce videos using Commentator One's and Commentator Two's own names and leveraging their existing audiences for license and publication by U.S. Company One. For license and publication by U.S. Company One, Founder One and Founder Two worked together to mask U.S. Company One's true source of funding, i.e. RT, by falsely portraying to Commentator One and Two that U.S. Company One was sponsored by a private investor named Eduard Grigorian. In truth, and in fact, Grigorian was a fictional persona. For example, during contract negotiations, Commentator One requested that Founder One provide a profile or article on Eduard Grigorian. In response, Founder One sent Commentator One a one-page profile provided by Founder One by another fictional persona purporting to represent Eduard Grigorian, falsely describing Eduard Grigorian as an accomplished finance professional who had held various positions in Brussels and France at a multinational bank, Bank One, including Director of Private Banking Division and Wealth Management. After receiving the fictitious profile, Commentator One agreed to work with U.S. Company One and produced approximately 130 videos that were published on U.S. Company One's platform. God damn. Remember how we said there are pages that like get made that are like fake publication pages to say, oh, this guy is he worked for this and did this and blah, blah, blah. And these pages are just fake. There's like people pay to make these pages. It's not actually real at all. Yeah. So these guys are Russian agents. We know who they are. They're all redacted. We'll figure it out as we go through. It's also been figured out publicly a lot too, but we'll try to piece together it on our own. And then we'll go and we'll check what everyone else has done. Created over 130 videos for Company One's platform. Background on Russian influence operations. RT is a Russian state-funded and state-directed media outlet, and as RT's editor-in-chief is publicly acknowledged, since RT receives budget from the state, it must complete tasks given by the state. For nearly 2 decades, RT has promoted the objectives of the government of Russia by publishing disinformation and propaganda, leveraging its international network to amplify the government of Russia's message to foreign audiences, and using its guise as a conventional media outlet to lend credibility to that message. RT's propaganda is most obvious when it reports on matters of importance to the government of Russia, such as public opinion about Ukraine and the United States. When direct propaganda is not effective, however, RT has pursued malign influence campaigns in countries opposed to its policies, including the United States, in an effort to sow domestic divisions and thereby weaken opposition to government of Russia objectives. For example, in discussing RT's coverage of the United Kingdom's exit from the European Union in 2016, an RT journalist recalled to an academic researcher, I asked my editor, what is RT's line for this Brexit? And he said, anything that causes chaos is RT's line. In or about March 2022, following Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February of 2022, the European Union, the UK, and Canada banned broadcasting by RT. That same month, RT also ceased its operations in the United States after major television distributors dropped the network. But as RT itself has boasted, despite its post-March 2022 bans on broadcasting and lack of formal distribution channels in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and the European Union, the government of Russia continues to use RT to direct disinformation and propaganda at Western audiences. For example, on or about February 25th, 2024, RT's editor-in-chief declared during a Russian television appearance that public opinion in the West is changing very rapidly and very cheerfully, due in part to RT. RT's editor-in-chief further explained that despite being banished everywhere on February 25th, referring to the state of Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, RT had built an enormous network, an entire empire of covert projects that is working with the public opinion, bringing truth to Western audiences. As set forth below, U.S. Company One is one of RT's covert projects in the United States. The defendant is a citizen of Russia and an employee of RT. Kalashnikov has identified himself as the deputy chief of the Digital Media Projects Department for RT, is a member of an internal RT email distribution list reserved for leaders at RT, and manages multiple RT covert distribution channels in the United States, including U.S. Company One. As set forth below, Founder One introduced Kalashnikov to U.S. Company One's employees and affiliates as a purported outside editor, and Kalashnikov edited U.S. Company One content without disclosing that he was working for RT. So it seems like Founder One and Founder Two, I think, are in on it, but Commentator One and Commentator Two are probably not in on it. I think, if I read this correctly, let me check. Kalashnikov also participated in an internal U.S. Company One messaging group comprised solely of Kalashnikov, Founder One, Founder Two, and an individual purporting to act as a representative of U.S. Company One's investor, Edward Gregorian, but who was, in fact, a fake persona, Persona One, as described below. And that messaging group, Kalashnikov monitored discussions of, among other things, U.S. Company One's funding, hiring, and contract negotiations with Commentator One and Commentator Two. Lena, aka Lena, the defendant, is a citizen of Russia and an employee of RT. She's identified herself on social media as a producer at RT dealing with overseas affairs and news. As set forth below, Kalashnikov introduced Lena to U.S. Company One staff and contributors as a member of Kalashnikov's editing team, and Afanasieva collected information from and gave direction to U.S. Company One personnel on behalf of RT in that covert capacity. Lena utilized multiple fake personas at U.S. Company One, including Helena Shudra and Victoria Pesty. Founder One and Founder Two are foreign nationals who reside in the United States. Founder One and Founder Two jointly control and operate U.S. Company One. Foreign nationals. When you're a foreign national, that means that you have citizenship in another country, not just we're born somewhere else, but have citizenship there, or Founder 1 and Founder 2 jointly control and operate U.S. Company 1, and they are the only authorized signatories for U.S. Company 1's business checking account, the U.S. Company 1 bank account, which is held at a bank in the United States. Before operating U.S. Company 1 for RT, as set forth below, Founder 1 and Founder 2 work directly for RT and its affiliates, including as follows. From in or about March 2021 to in or about February 2022, Founder 1 created videos, posted social media content, and wrote articles pursuant to a written contract between Founder 1's Canadian Company 1, and RT's parent organization, Anno TV Novosti. Wait, what is this? Oh, I know what this is already. The biolabs and everything in Russia and the Nazi presence there is it's every single, they're in lockstep. Like, so much so that, like, if they were taking, like, if somebody were to tell me that it's a conspiracy and they're all getting orders, I would say bullshit, because if Russia was leading this conspiracy, the orders wouldn't be so consistent. You would vary the talking points from person to person. Everybody wouldn't be literally in lockstep in this. It'd be like cheating on another guy's test and getting an A+ and copying every single answer. You wouldn't. You make some wrong. You f some up intentionally. You don't want to be obviously you copied your answers, right? So be careful. Where the bad stuff and the Russian stuff was kind of like in the background, and it's like always something we should be aware of. To now it's like at the forefront of my mind with almost every single interaction that I'm looking at with people. I feel like people are lockstep with pro-Russian talking points ubiquitously across the entirety of the conservative and center mainstream and alternative media sphere. Like, I don't know if it could be any more lockstep. The biolab really makes you think. Pursuant to a written contract and RT's parent organization, this content generally consisted of English language, social commentary, RT. I wonder if Founder 1, who we'll find out and we'll name, I wonder if they ever made this public information. Do people know this? I wonder if, we'll find out. RT directly published some of Founder 1's paid work, while Founder 1 posted other of Founder 1's paid work on Founder 1's personal accounts without attribution to RT. Ooh, guess not. So Founder 1's paid work. Okay. For example, Founder 1's invoices reflect that Founder 1 billed Anno TV Novosti for approximately 217 videos, of which approximately 209 were published on Founder 1's personal YouTube channel. Founder 1 also wrote approximately, imagine invoicing for your government propaganda. Oh no. Founder 1 also wrote approximately 25 opinion articles that were published on RT's website, at least 19 of which Founder 1 billed to Anno TV Novosti. None of Founder 1's articles disclosed that Founder 1 was paid by RT to write for them. To create content for RT pursuant to Founder 1's written contract, Founder 1 worked with Founder 2 and 2 individual producers who later joined U.S. Company 1. RT invited Founder 1 to appear on RT television programming, created a dedicated page on RT's website identifying Founder 1 as a contributor, and featuring Founder 1's articles, and provided an official letter on RT letterhead designating Founder 1 and Founder 2 as essential workers during the COVID-19 pandemic. In private correspondence, however, Founder 1 and Founder 2 recognized that truthfully disclosing their affiliation with RT made it more difficult for them to do business in the United States. For example, in a July 2021 email inviting a contact to apply for a job with RT, Founder 1 wrote that RT's budget is going to be larger, but acknowledged, "I know being Russian, some folks in the US aren't too hot on them, lol." As another example, in a private exchange on the messaging platform Discord in February 2022, Producer 1 told Founder 2 that when I was asking people if they wanted to interview, many said yes until I said it was with RT, so I switched to saying I was just working for Founder 1. Founder 2 replied, "Haha, not surprised." Yikes. In their private correspondence while working directly for RT, pursuant to Founder 1's written contract, rushed over to link story, seeing everybody reviewing it. Oh, yeah. Founder 1 and Founder 2 regularly referred to their sponsor, i.e. RT, as the Russians. For example, on or about May 12th, 2021, Founder 2 messaged Founder 1 on Discord, so we're billing the Russians from this corporation, right? On or about May 22nd, 2021, Founder 1 messaged Founder 2 on Discord. Also, the Russians paid, so we're good to bill them for the second month, I guess. On or about June 2nd, 2021, Founder 1 messaged Founder 2 on Discord. Also, I say we bill the Russians for the last month since we're done the extra op-eds, referring to Founder 1's paid opinion articles for RT. And on or about January 5th, 2022, Founder 2 messaged an acquaintance on Discord about paid leave that the Russians had offered to Founder 1. How they get their Discord logs. This is good redact advert. I mean, Discord, I imagine you can subpoena Discord, or you could have another person who was in the conversation hand over things. I don't know if deleting your messages from Discord also deletes it from Discord servers, though. They might hold on to that information for some period of time, maybe a month or whatever. I don't know what the GDPR limit restrictions are or whatever. From in or about October 2021 to in or about May 2022, separate and apart from Founder 1's contract with RT's parent organization, Ano TV Novosti, Founder 2 also worked directly for RT and with Ruptly Jimidwich, RT's German subsidiary. Founder 2's paid work for RT included, among other things, preparing English language text messages describing news events. During this time, Founder 2 and Kalashnikov appear to have had overlapping business contacts. On or about May 18th, a Ruptly Gimbuch employee sent a Russian language email to 6 recipients, including Founder 2 and Kalashnikov, requesting that they send their work email addresses to gain account access to Ruptly's website. Let's see. Okay. U.S. Company 1 is a United States corporation established under the laws of Tennessee. Founder 1 has described U.S. Company 1 as the U.S. subsidiary of Founder 1's Canadian company. Canadian Company 1. As set forth above, from in or about March 2021 to in or about February 2022. Founder 1 used Canadian Company 1 to produce content for RT pursuant to a written contract. Founder 1 incorporated U.S. Company 1 on or about January 19, 2022, and applied with the Tennessee Department of State to transact business under its current operating name, which Company 1 uses on its website and social media channels. On or about May 22nd, 2023, on its website, U.S. Company 1 describes itself as a network of heterodox commentators that focus on Western political and cultural issues and identifies 6 commentators, including Commentator 1 and 2, as its talent. U.S. Company 1 regularly posts videos featuring these commentators, as well as other videos that do not feature the commentators across an array of social media channels, including YouTube, TikTok, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Rumble. To support the production and publication of its videos, U.S. Company 1 employs 3 staff producers, Producer 1, 2, and a third individual, Producer 3, and a purported outside editing firm staffed by, among others, Kalashnikov and Afanasyev. The Foreign Agents Registration Act is a registration and disclosure statute that requires any person acting or agreeing to act in the United States as an agent of a foreign principal or register with the Attorney General if he or she is engaging or agreeing to engage directly or through another person in certain types of conduct for or in the interest of the foreign principal. Conduct requiring registration under FARA includes, as is relevant here, political activities such as a publicity agent or information service employee, and dispersing money for or in the interest of the foreign principal. FARA registrations are made to the Foreign Agents Registration Act unit of the Department of Justice's National Security Division. It is a crime to willfully fail to register when required under FARA. The purpose of FARA is to prevent covert influence by foreign principals, which include foreign governments, companies, and persons located outside the United States. Proper registration under FARA allows the U.S. government and public and private audiences to evaluate the statements and activities of individuals who are serving as agents of foreign principals in light of their status as foreign agents. Remember when I said everybody should disclose their income sources? Remember when I said that? True. Hi. Among other things, FARA registration reveals the identity of the foreign principal on whose behalf the registrant performs services, the types of services the registrant provides the foreign principal, and the source and amount of compensation the registrant receives from the foreign principal. FARA registration statements are publicly accessible on the website of the FARA unit. In addition, FARA registrants are required to label informational materials transmitted within the United States with a conspicuous statement disclosing that the materials are distributed by the agent on behalf of the foreign principal. Makes sense. RT's covert operations through U.S. Company 1. In or about December of 2022, Founder 1 began working with an individual operating under the fictitious name Edward Gregorian, and 3 purported representatives of Edward Gregorian, Persona 1 and 2 additional purported representatives, Persona 2 and Persona 3, to launch a new YouTube channel, initially under the name Viewpoint Productions. On or about January 10th, 2023, Persona 2 told Founder 1 that Founder 1's first task was to find a personality that could serve as the face of the channel, and that for the right candidate, we're willing to pay around $1 to $2 million per year. Damn. Serious, were you ever approached by a government to push some sort of propaganda? I have never... I would say that like Russian stuff is the closest, but it's usually just for appearances on RT. It's never been for other offers that I am aware of that have not been made to me ever personally. On or about January 13th, 2023, Persona 2 sent Founder 1 a proposed contract for Founder 1's influencer talent scouting services, which Founder 1 listed as the agent and a Hungarian entity. Listed as the client, Hungarian Shell 81 is no publicly available website. In exchange for Founder 1 services, the proposed contract awarded Founder 1 $8,000 per month plus a percentage of any deals that Founder 1 closed with influencers. Over the next several months, while Founder One continued to negotiate Founder One's contract, Founder One accepted interim payments and began to scout for influencers for the new YouTube channel for Edward Gregorian. Wait, do we all... Okay, hold on. Now I think I am going to start labeling some of these things. What are we thinking Company One is? Has that been like publicly stated yet? Okay. It's probably this, right? The Tenet Media stuff? That's my guess. Oh. Is a network of heterodox commentators that focus on Western political and cultural issues. Okay. So Company One is Tenet Media, right? A new DOJ indictment alleges that RT employees covertly funded and directed a U.S. company with $10 million in order to push pro-Russian content. The company is based in Tennessee. There is one media company based in Tennessee with the same phrase listed on the indictment. Roaming USA Corp. Formed in Tennessee. Is this supposed to show the... Oh, Tenet Media. Initial filing date, January 19th, 2022. Oh, Roaming Millennial Incorporated. God, I feel so f***ing vindicated. Who is she? Lauren Chen? One of the crazy conservative dipshits who's done all the... I'm pretty sure I must have done video reviews of her shit even somewhat recently.
I mean,
She's this person. She's one of the Laurens. Lauren Eastern. Remember? Did she cover me? I think, did she talk about me over the Trump assassination shit? I don't remember. Joe Rogan spares no one. Slams Destiny in latest podcast. So that was 4 months ago. Candace Owens calls out degeneracy with Destiny.
Oh, I would vote for Trump.
I am fighting the Russians, and I'm proud to do it. Hell yeah. Hell yes. But I also helped her channel.
Single dollar we send them can...
So I'm also... I am simultaneously a Russian agent as well. Oh no. Rip. So the two people involved are the Rubin Report and Tim Pool. These would be founder. No, these would be commentator 1 and commentator 2. You've spoken to Benny Johnson before? Yep. On Piers, I think. Benny Johnson also has almost 2.4 million, but they apparently rounded down from 1.37 million. 1.3 with Tim Pool, so I figured Rubin's 2.4 million. I don't know, it's the same. So wait, so could it have been Benny Johnson possibly as well? About February 2023, Founder 1 solicited Commentator 1 and Commentator 2 to perform work on behalf of Edward Gregorian. For example, on or about February 6, 2023, Persona 1 emailed Founder 1 a short list of candidates for the YouTube channel, including Commentator 1 and Commentator 2. In the same email, Persona 1 attached a receipt for an $8,000 money transfer from an entity in the Czech Republic to Founder 1's Canadian company, Canadian Company 1. So Lauren Chen is the one scouting talent. Persona 1 requested that Founder 1 submit an invoice for Founder 1's consultation services to Czech Shell Entity 1, which Persona 1 described as our Czech sister company. Czech Shell Entity 1 has a website purporting to sell automobile parts, but also listing unrelated services such as Cyber Armor Suite, fortifying your digital defenses. The website makes no mention of Edward Gregorian, any of the personas, or the Hungarian Shell Entity. On or about February 6, 2023, Founder 1 responded to Persona 2 that Founder 1 had let Founder 2, who I work with and who handles finances, know to get an invoice done. Founder 2 subsequently prepared an invoice from Canadian Company 1 to Czech Shell Entity 1, which Founder 2 transmitted to Founder 1, and which Founder 1 then emailed to Persona 1. So Founder 1 and 2 are Lauren Chen and her husband. Do you think crimes like this should be given the severest penalty? Yes, absolutely. It's like almost certainly prison time, probably huge, like every bit of money that you made should be paid back as restitution to the country. Absolutely. Yeah. Should probably lose your kid, whatever the fuck that entails. Like, yeah, you should be obliterated for this. You're like, this is like almost the equivalent of like being a spy, This is horrible. It's like atrocious, right? Like this is, it just sucks because everything, again, like conservatives have no standard for behavior and no standard for expectations. Like you just expect them to be like terrorists. Like that's the expectation, is that they're a terrorist. You should come down on this in the harshest, most fiercest way possible. Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. And you're fucking with your own country by doing it, by the way, right? Like there's a world where, and it, maybe not because Canada and US are obviously really close, but there's a world where this hurts Canadian-American relationships as well, right? Like imagine you're the United States of America and it's like, why the f are you guys sending your Canadian f to live down here and they're doing propaganda for Russia? What's wrong with you, right? Like there's like, yeah, this is insane. Tim just released a statement on Twitter. These are the bad hombres. Yeah, these are the bad hombres. Looks like the criminal immigrants were coming from the north. My statement regarding allegations of the leaked DOJ indictment. Should these allegations prove true, I as well as the other personnel and commentators were deceived and are victims. You disgusting piece of shit. I cannot speak for anyone else at the company as to what they do or to what they are instructed. The Culture War podcast was licensed by Tenet Media. It existed well before any license agreement with Tenet, and it will continue to exist after any such agreement expires. The only change with the agreement was that the location of the live broadcast moved to Tenet's YouTube channel. Oh, I didn't know they live streamed it on that channel. Damn. Never at any point did anyone other than I have full editorial control of the show, and the contents of the show are often apolitical. Examples include discussing spirituality, dating, and video games. The show is produced in its entirety by our local team without input from anyone external to the company. TCW is a separate company not associated with Timcast or any other properties. It exists solely for the production of the Culture War podcast. Good one. That being said, we still do not know what is true, as these are only allegations. Putin is a scumbag, Russia sucks donkey balls, and to the journalists who wish to jump the gun, create their own narrative, or lie about what is currently going on, you can eat my Irish ass. Good one. Irish? I thought doesn't he say all the time that he's Asian? I thought that was his big. Here is one of my favorite episodes. Oh my God. And he tries to cope by linking an anti-Trump title. He's actually such a coward. God, he's such a baby. Does the fact that the DOJ put this stuff into an indictment mean it's like almost definitely true? Yeah, absolutely. If there's a federal indictment, of course. The only thing that could be like untrue is if there might be context that changes how we view the facts. So like if they were like, oh, let's role play like working for Russians or something, like that would be ridiculous, but like something like that, yeah. So this is probably what, Lauren and her husband, I guess? With respect to Commentator 2, Founder 1 cautioned that a contract would likely cost, with respect to Commentator 2, would likely cost well over $2 million a year. Yeah, remember I told you, for people like Tim Pool, that buy-off is going to be really expensive to actually bring them on board. I didn't think they would actually spend this much money, though. I feel like it's not worth it. Why is nobody trying to buy me out? Israel, Mossad, okay? Reach out through APAC. Don't you guys have domestic companies to buy content creators off? I could be persuaded to like the settlers. Founder 1 also advised that Founder 1 had reached out to Commentator 1 and will be speaking with him today. With respect to Commentator 2, Founder 1 cautioned that a contract will likely cost well over $2 million a year. The next day, on or about February 7, 2023, Persona 1 responded that Mr. Gregorian, misspelling the name of Persona 1's purported employee, Edward Gregorian, good one, was okay with over $2 million. As long as we get the right person on board, under the right conditions. Founder 1 agreed to contact Commentator 2 as well. Why did you pre-watch reality? True! Yeah, this was 2 weeks ago.
I know it.
Quote tweet. Aw, Timcast is such a good little Russian puppet. Good job, comrade. Huh. Now, also, keep in mind that this clip...
I know it.
I don't believe this came from the Culture Wars podcast, okay, which is the only thing supposedly that Tenet Media bought. I'm pretty sure this came from his own show.
But I don't know that it matters anymore. This is psychotic. Ukraine is the enemy of this country. Ukraine is our enemy, being funded by the Democrats. I will stress this again. One of the greatest enemies of our nation right now is Ukraine. They are expanding this war. Now, don't get me wrong, I know. You've got criminal elements of the U.S. government pushing them and guiding them and telling them what to do. Ukraine is now accused, a German warrant issued for blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline, triggering this conflict. Ukraine is the greatest threat to this nation and to the world. We should rescind all funding and financing, pull out all military support, and we should apologize to Russia. And they know it.
Apologize to Russia. She's written 25 articles for RT. Crazy that it matches. Sorry, 26 articles. On or about February 8th, 2023, Founder 1 reported to Persona 1 on Founder 1's outreach to Commentator 1 and 2. Founder 1 advised that Commentator 1 said it would need to be closer to 5 million yearly for him to be interested, and that Commentator 2 said it would take 100K per weekly episode to make it worth his while. Founder 1 cautioned that from a profitability standpoint, it would be very hard for Viewpoint, the initial public-facing name of the company, to recoup the costs for the likes of Commentator 1 and Commentator 2 based on ad revenue from web traffic or sponsors alone. Despite Founder 1's warning that Commentator 1 and Commentator 2 would not be profitable to employ, on or about February 14th, 2023, Persona 1 informed Founder 1 that we would love to move forward with Commentator 1 and 2. Damn. So did he do, was it the 5 million a year? Founder 1 sent an email introducing Commentator 2 to Edward Gregorian, Persona 1 and Persona 2. The parties arranged a call between Commentator 2 and Edward Gregorian, which took place on or about February 22nd. Commentator 2 is almost certainly Tim Pool. Commentator 2 is Tim Pool, almost certainly. And then we're still not sure for Commentator 1. We'll figure it out by the end of this. In scheduling the call, Tim Pool requested that Edward Gregorian call Tim Pool's cell phone. Instead, Persona 2 asked that the call take place on WhatsApp or Zoom. Both applications offer encrypted communications and the ability to place voice calls through voice over IP technology capable of obfuscating the physical location of a caller. On or about February 22nd, 2023, Founder 1 emailed Lauren Chen, emailed Persona 1, that Lauren Chen had spoken with Tim Pool, who was happy with the licensing arrangement that was discussed on Tim Pool's call with Edward Gregorian. Lauren Chen continued, however, that Tim Pool still would like to know more about the company and who he will be working with. Lauren added that she had assured Tim Pool that as we finalize the contract and begin working to put his show together and coordinate the launch, everyone will have time to get to know each other better and feel less like strangers. On or about February 28th, Lauren emailed Persona 1 that Lauren had spoken with Commentator 1, who's either Dave Rubin or Benny Johnson, I think we don't 100% know yet, who would like some materials about Mr. Gregorian to learn a bit about who Commentator 1 would be working with. Lauren asked if there were any links, press release interviews, LinkedIn profiles, etc., that we can forward Commentator 1 about Edward Gregorian. On or about March 2nd, 2023, Persona 1 responded to Founder 1's to Lauren's email, writing that Persona 1 was unsure that Mr. Gregorian gave out any public interviews, but that you could send Commentator 1 our LinkedIn page. With a hyperlink to a LinkedIn page for Viewpoint Productions, Persona 1 also attached a receipt for another $8,000 money transfer from Czech Shell Entity 1 to Roaming Millennial, Lauren's company. On or about April 21st, 2023, and again on or about April 24th, 2023, Lauren Chen performed Google searches for Edward Gregorian. Oh no, they subpoenaed her Google searches, her computer history. Founder 1 performed Google searches for Lauren Chen, performed Google searches for Edward Gregorian and for Bank 1, Edward Gregorian. As of in or about August 2024, neither Google search returns any results for a person by that name, much less any web pages describing an Edward Gregorian as a finance professional affiliated with Bank 1. On or about April 24th, 2023, Lauren Chen emailed Persona 1 that Commentator 1 was really insisting on seeing some materials, profile, article, whatever, on Edward before they feel comfortable moving forward. Is there anything we can provide them with? Persona 1 responded that we'll send you a profile on Mr. Gregorian that you can send over to Commentator 1. On or about May 4th, 2023, Persona 1 emailed Lauren Chen the CV to provide to Commentator 1. That profile is reproduced with redactions and blurring below. Wow. Edward Gregorian. Experienced finance professional and investor, deeply engaged in business and philanthropy, leveraging skills and resources to drive positive impact, supporting a range of organizations worldwide with a dynamic presence, mainly in Brussels and London. This is so corpo speak. Engaged in personal and professional pursuits in each location with a focus on poverty alleviation, championing free speech, and advocating for social justice causes. Bank One's affiliate in the United States has no record of an Edward Gregorian ever being employed by Bank One, nor, as set forth above, do Google searches for Bank One Edward Gregorian yield any results for a person by that name. Other irregularities in founder and Lauren Chen's email correspondence further signaled that Edward Gregorian and his purported representatives, Persona 1 through Persona 3, were all fake personas. For example, by on or about February 16th, 2023, Persona 1 had misspelled the surname of his purported boss as Gregorian rather than Gregorian in at least 4 separate emails to Founder 1. On or about February 10th, 2023, Persona 3 sent an email to a potential influencer copying Founder 1 and signed the email as Edward Gregorian rather than as Persona 3. Oh no! After the email recipient expressed confusion as to whether the sender was Edward Gregorian or Persona 3, Persona 3 quickly responded in part. Edward forwarded this email to me and asked me to replay on his behalf. Digital forensic evidence further confirms that Edward Gregorian and Persona 1 through 3 were, in truth and in fact, the same individual. For example, on approximately 39 occasions between in or about November 2023 and in or about July 2024, email accounts used by Edward Gregorian and Persona 1 to communicate with Founder 1 were accessed from the same IP address at around the same time. As another example, on or about January 10, 2023, Persona 1 emailed the text of a draft email to Persona 2, which Persona 2 then pasted into a new email and sent to Founder 1 from Persona 2's email account. Lauren Chen transmitted the Edward Gregorian profile to Commentator 1 to persuade Commentator 1 to perform work on behalf of Edward Gregorian on or about May 12, 2023. Lauren Chen reported to Persona 1 that Commentator 1 had a problem with the profile we sent over, specifically the reference to social justice. I think it may be because that's usually a term used by liberals, but we're trying to create a conservative network. Lauren Chen suggested that Commentator 1 and Edward could simply speak together to clarify the profile. On or about June 2nd, 2023, Edward Gregorian circulated an email to Lauren Chen and to Commentator 1's assistant in scheduling a Zoom meeting for 5 p.m. Paris that day. In prior email correspondence, Lauren Chen represented to another potential commentator that Edward Gregorian was based in Paris. At approximately 9 a.m. Central Time that day, Edward Gregorian replied to his earlier email, "I am there, guys." The time, in fact, was 3:58 p.m. in Paris, but it was 4:58 p.m. in Moscow. Oh, nice. Approximately 2 minutes later, Edward Gregorian performed a Google search for time in Paris. Edward Gregorian then replied again to his email apart, "Sorry, wrong hour. Didn't sync the calendar." Oh. After further negotiations, in which Founder 2 also participated, Founder 1 and the purported representatives of Edward Gregorian secured contracts with Commentator 1 and Commentator 2. Specifically, Commentator 1's contract, which was between Commentator 1's production company and U.S. Company 1, provided for 4 weekly videos to be hosted by Commentator 1 and live streamed by U.S. Company 1 in exchange for a monthly fee of $400,000 plus a $100,000 signing bonus and an additional performance bonus. Commentator 1's production company agreed that any and all content created under this agreement shall be the property of U.S. Company 1. Damn. So something I'm very wrong about is I wouldn't have expected, I just wouldn't have expected this much money to be invested in this. Like, what are the returns? Like, if you look at the early videos from this company, oh God, how many videos are we gonna have to go through? Wait, I can start at oldest, right? If you were a nation state, it's peanuts for the potential. Yeah, but the payoff is so poor. 4 weekly videos. Got, hello, our good friend Lauren. We've got our good friend Dave Rubin. And then we've got this guy. It has to be Rubin or the Benny Johnson guy, right? Wait, how long ago is this? Wait! Dave Rubin's video. Hold on. Wait. Let me check real quick. Hold on. I'm just curious. Was Dave Rubin's video attacking me for being for my divorce? Was that paid Russian propaganda? I know they didn't. They don't dictate the content to these guys directly, I'm sure. But I'm just curious. Was that where this was hosted on? Was it hosted on the Tenet channel? I think it was.
He likes other dudes to his.
It is Tenet Media. Yes. There's a non-zero chance, okay, very slim, I do admit. There's a non-zero chance that Putin knows who I am, okay?
It was such a horrible trip.
Yes. I do have the Russians after me. Destiny disgusts Dave Rubin, and Aryan Wexler. This also explains why a lot of these stay away from me too. I get it. Oh, Dave Rubin does do a ton of streams. It is Dave Rubin. Commentator 1 is Dave Rubin for sure. Okay. Dave Rubin's contract, which was between... you think they'll be forced to give this money back? That's so gross. I can't believe this loser is getting so much money for being a Russian stooge. God, that's so cringe. $400,000 a month plus $100,000 signing bonus. What is $100,000? Why would you? How is a signing bonus 1/4 of your monthly pay? What? Dave Rubin's contract, which was between which was between Rubin's production company and Tenet Media, right? Provided for 4 weekly videos to be hosted by Dave Rubin and live streamed by Tenet Media in exchange for a monthly fee of $400K plus a $100K signing bonus and an additional performance bonus. Commentator 1, Dave Rubin's production company, agreed that any and all content created under this agreement should be the property of Tenet Media. Tim Pool's contract, which was between Tim Pool's company and Tenet Media, provided for weekly videos to be hosted by Tim Pool and live streamed by Tenet Media in exchange for a fee of $100,000 per video. Tim Pool's production company granted Tenet Media a non-exclusive, non-transferable license during the applicable license term to display, transmit, and distribute the licensed content. Jesus. You've got to be thinking, like, where the f*** are you getting this money from? I feel like for Kick, at least, I guess in my mind, it's probably coming from the gambling shit, right? Damn, I wonder if Kick is like some fucking Russian propaganda. Probably not. Did I miss it, or how did they even get this money into the U.S.? Through shell companies. Yeah, I feel like if you're Tim Pool and you're Dave Rubin, you got to be asking Lauren Chen, who's not that large of a player, where the f*** are you getting millions and millions of dollars of funding? Like I said, at least for Kick, I can say, like, okay, you got stake, right? You got a ton of money behind you. That makes sense. Jesus Christ. But what about, like, you got to be wondering, no? Okay, so Lauren Chen and her husband negotiate the Tenet contract with the Russians in or about mid-2023, as Lauren Chen worked to recruit Dave Rubin and Tim Pool to perform work on behalf of Edward Gregorian. Lauren Chen began negotiating an expanded role for Lauren and her husband and Tenet in their developing enterprise, as set forth below. Weren't we all on an episode together a while ago? July 8th, 2023. Huh. Crazy that she was out there talking to all these people, and they were all so friendly with each other. And we all chatted so much. Huh. Isn't this like wild? Isn't it wacky that everybody just happened? The gang's all here. Isn't that kind of weird? That, really gets the noggin jogging, you know? Also, hold on, just real quick. When you see random people like this asking these questions, he's not asking. I doubt he's asking this randomly. I would say I doubt it. I doubt he's asking this question randomly. It feels like he's asking this pretty intentionally. Yeah, feels like it, but you know. On or about March 31st, 2021, Persona 1 emailed Lauren Chen a draft of the new contract that we would like to offer. Persona 1 described the new contract as consisting of 2 stages: the pre-talent signing, where your scope of work is similar to now, and the post-talent signing, which is after we sign Tim Pool and Dave Rubin with your help. Persona 1 advised that the scope of your work will grow substantially to include managing the channel in the post-talent signing phase with new areas of responsibility and our new offered compensation. In a subsequent email on or about April 14th, 2023, Persona 1 informed Lauren Chen that the management and marketing for the new platform's social media accounts would be done by the Russian firm we agreed to hire. But you will, of course, be the CEO and set the working standard and path for them to follow, and possibly you could hire a few more people from your side to further handle the operational side of things. On or about April 17, 2023, Lauren Chen replied, in part, that Lauren was happy to work with the Russian firm. Quote. That is a quote. Oof, yikes. As set forth below, this Russian firm consisted of Kalashnikov and Afanasyev, whatever, who later monitored and directed Lauren Chen's company, Tenet Media's activity, under the guise of an outside editing firm. Founder 2, Lauren Chen's husband, I believe, worked closely with Founder 1 to negotiate their expanded business arrangement with Edward Gregorian. For example, in private messages on Discord on or about April 28th, 2023, Lauren Chen's husband messaged Lauren Chen, his wife, that they, i.e. the investors, also have full rights to the intellectual property, and so if we grow the platform, they can still technically take it away. Lauren replied that the French clarified that we own the channel, but they own the rights to the content. And so in the event of a split, I think we'd either need to pay them out for the rights or remove the videos, but we'd keep the platform, i.e. Tenet Media. Please stop spamming the same link over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Holy fucking shit. Lauren Chen's husband also helped Lauren recruit additional commentators who work for US Company 1 and Edward Gregorian. For example, on or about May 22nd, 2023, Lauren messaged her husband on Discord that Lauren needed to send a prospectus for the company to a potential commentator, commentator 3. Founder 2 responded with proposed talking points for the prospectus and added, though I think we should probably borrow some of Gregorian's language here. Commentator 3 later agreed to work for US Company 1. Has anybody identified these people publicly yet? On or about May 12th, 2023, Founder 1 sent an email to Persona 1 in which Lauren Chen, Founder 1, proposed that we keep the contract between us with my Canadian Company 1, but for Tim Pool's contract, it will be through our American subsidiary, Tenet Media. In a subsequent email on or about May 19th, 2023, Lauren Chen explained that Lauren wished for my personal payment to be under Canadian Company 1, her roaming millennial company, but the payments for the influencers to go directly to the U.S. company, Tenet Media. On or about February 15th, their persona shared with the U.S. company, was in a grocery store in Russia. Producer 2 privately Founder 2 on Discord. Then we had to post this reference, but it feels like over at Shilling. Founder 2 replied that Founder 1 thinks we should put it out there. Producer 1 acquiesced, responding, all right, I'll put it out tomorrow. Is this Tucker Carlson or is this somebody else? I'm confused. This is right. Am I retarded or am I having a face blind moment or? It is okay. Oh yeah, hashtag Tucker Carlson. Okay. Was he making videos for Tenet Media at one point? I don't even know. Commentator 6 is for sure Matt Christensen. Oh, okay. We'll figure these out as we go through. I'm going to want to... If Tim Pool ends up doing a show tonight... Let's see. On or around June 13th, 2023, consistent with Lauren Chen's proposal, Persona 1 emailed Lauren a final service agreement that named Founder 1, Lauren Chen, Romy Millennial, her company, and Tenet Media as the service providers. The contract provided for a monthly fee of $8,000 for the first stage, a monthly fee of $25,000 per month for the second stage after signing Tim Pool and Dave Rubin, and additional performance incentives and commissions for engagements closed with talents. The client named on the contract was neither Edward, Gregorian, nor Hungarian Shell Entity 1, nor Czech Shell Entity 1, but rather an entity based in the United Kingdom that has no website. After forwarding the contract to Founder 2 and discussing it with Founder 2 on Discord, Founder 1 signed the contract. Despite describing Tenet Media's investor to Tim Pool and Dave Rubin as Edward Gregorian, a purported finance professional in Western Europe, Founder 1 and Founder 2, Lauren and her husband, admitted to each other in their private communications that their investors were in truth and in fact the Russians, the same term that Lauren Chen and her husband previously used to refer to RT while working directly under contract with RT, as described above. Dude, these guys should have at the very least, not to give tips to anybody out there, okay, but if you guys at least weren't fucking retards and you actually managed to keep up with like what's going on in the media sphere, or you at least watch my stream, you would have watched me cover on January 6th all of the indictments related to the Proud Boys. And the reason why the Proud Boys were able to get so far with what they did is because they communicated via Signal. All of the chats on the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers docs were all Signal communications, which are end-to-end encrypted and can't be subpoenaed by the feds. Why are these idiots doing espionage? Why are these dipshit spy wannabes, these traitorous, treasonous, whether it's to the US or to Canada, why are they working on Discord? Why are they doing all this shit on Discord? An entity that can be subpoenaed, that doesn't do end-to-end encryption and stores all of your plain text messages on a database and with the Discord company. Like, how stupid. Jesus, how stupid do you have to be? Can they get arrested for this shit? These are indictments. So yes, these are formal charges. Wait, hold on, right? This is an indictment. So yes, they are being arrested for this. This is an indictment. An unsealed indictment means that there is a warrant for their arrest to stand charged for, I don't know what the charges are yet. That should be listed at the end of this document. We'll get there. Despite describing U.S. company once, they knew that they were Russian, the same term that Lauren and her husband previously used to refer to RT while working directly under contract with RT, as described above. On or about May 27th, 2023, Lauren messaged her husband on Discord, I'm going to ask the Russians, and they even refer to them as the Russians. Like, how slimy and sneaky and disgusting. Like, ugh. Wait, the indictment is for the two Russians, not necessarily for any members of Tenet Media. Oh, I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. My bad. The defendants in this are the two Russian people. There is not an indictment for Lauren and her husband. That is true. You're right. Although they are, would you call them co-conspirators if they've never been? I don't know if co-conspirator means that you're also indicted, but there could be indictments coming for them because a lot of what's in this indictment is showing criminal intent, right? So like right here, the reason why we're including this here, they're saying that even though Lauren and her husband described to the commenters, even though they described to them that they weren't Russian, they were privately saying that they were Russian. So it's possible that there are indictments coming along for these two as well, at least these two. Yeah, potentially. We don't know yet, but approximately 2 days later, Lauren messaged her husband on Discord. Here's a list of responsibilities I sent over to the investors to approve bringing you on. Waiting to hear back on a timeline and salary on or about August 8th, 2023. Persona 1 informed Lauren and her husband in Discord that the request to hire a producer/booker was approved. Lauren and her husband await payment from Moscow. On or about May 31st, Kalashnikov created a private Discord server containing a channel initially comprised solely of Kalashnikov, Lauren Chen, and her husband, the investor Discord channel. Kalashnikov employed the Discord username Kostya_K, which includes a variant of his first name, Kostya, and the first initial of his last name. In order to use the Discord messaging platform, Discord users must first create or join a server. Servers are then broken down into subcategories or channels through which users can communicate with each other by chat, voice, or video. Among other things, users can send messages to an entire channel, which can be viewed or read. Wait, do you have to join a server? Can't you be in no servers? Is that possible? I have no idea. On approximately 38 occasions between in or about December 2023 and in or about January 2024, Kalashnikov's Discord account was accessed from a Moscow-based IP address that was also used to access Kalashnikov's personal Gmail account on approximately 10 occasions. Damn, so they've subpoenaed Google servers as well. Why are they not using a VPN for all of this? Bro, what is the OPSEC here? On or about June 21st, 2023, Lauren's husband joined the investor Discord channel, describing his role as mostly helping with the company's back end of things, while Lauren focuses on the more forward-facing aspects. In the investor Discord channel, Lauren, her husband, and Persona 1, purporting to act on behalf of Edward Gregorian, discussed major decisions for Tenet Media, such as the hiring of staff, contract negotiations with contributors, including Tim and Dave, and payments to U.S. Company 1, Tenet Media, and commentators. Kalashnikov monitored and occasionally participated in those discussions. Lauren's husband also used the investor Discord channel to, among other things, submit Tenet Media's invoices to Persona 1 and to press for payments of those invoices. For example, on or about September 11th, 2023, at approximately 8:07 p.m. Central Time, Lauren's husband wrote in the investor Discord channel, "Today marks 2 weeks since I submitted the invoice for August. Any idea for the delay? We are signing the large contracts and need to be certain we will get the funding to pay these people." Jesus. These guys need their invoices paid ASAP. Persona 1 did not immediately respond. Does this make you think giving this much money they give to these relatively small players makes you think how much they do to bigger players in the social media space? Well, Tim Pool is a really large player. That's why it wasn't surprising how much money he was asking for, although that's still a fuck ton of money. The Dave Rubin ask, though, I don't think Dave Rubin is that big. I'd have to go back and see how much they were getting. I should write that down in here, I guess. Let's see. Dave Rubin was getting $400,000 a month plus a $100,000 signing bonus and additional performance bonuses. Tim Pool was getting $100,000 per video, 4 videos a week. Jesus. So what is this? $1.6 million a month? If we say there's 4 weeks in a month and he's doing 4 videos per week and 100,000 per video, 16, yeah, $1.6 million a month. It's just 1 per week? Provided 4 weekly videos, not 4 weekly videos. My bad. So 400K a month, basically. Hassan is going in on you for your takes, on his takes on the Russian invasion, saying you fucked both Laurens. I actually had an orgy with all 4 Laurens. Did we ever find a Lauren Western? Didn't we? Wasn't that the one we were missing? Wait, what?
I want to ask the pro-Ukrainian losers who fucking constantly were like, Hassan is the #1 enemy of Ukraine. He's the #1 defender of Russia. How many of these motherfuckers spent all this time talking about me and rarely ever talking about Tim Pool and all these other like right-wingers who were literally getting funded by the Russian government to do pro-Russia propaganda?
What are you talking about, bro? God, this guy is so fucking retarded. He's so retarded. What do you mean? You don't think anybody was ever talking about all these guys? Hello? What? This is him. He's building the straw man.
What happened? That's 2 L's in a row. Number 1 L. Number 1 L. Russia doesn't know you. Russia doesn't think you're a fucking dissident. Russia doesn't think you're an op. They at least think I'm an op. Number 2, you spent all this time shitting on me. Turns out you should have been shitting on the conservatives that were getting paid by the Russian government. Okay. What happened? Well, 2 L's for the NAFO Andes.
Oh,
Anyway.
Hassan's probably ass mad because he just realized how much money these guys are getting, and he's been doing Russian propaganda for free. Oh, no.
Yeah, number 3, you're on Reddit, which is an L in and of itself. Yeah, it's not just Tim Pool, it's people with Tenet Media. This indictment alleges that right-wing commentators like Dave Rubin, Benny Johnson, Tim Pool, and Lauren Southern, as a part of the Tenet Media YouTube channel, have been unwittingly working for a Russian influence operation. 2 people described in the Tenet indictment as unnamed founders were very aware that their operation was funded by Russians. Tennessee Business Records lists Tenet's founders as Blaze TV's host and TPUSA contributor Lauren Chen, a.k.a. Roaming Millennial, and her husband. Now, let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. I have not tried to fuck any of these people in this indictment. But the number 1 defender of Ukraine, who kept saying I was a Russian fucking dissident or a Russian operative, has.
What is even the point? I also like how he's not even gonna go through the indictment on his fucking stream. He's gonna read tweets about it. God, this guy is one of the dumbest. Also, I like how indictment unsealed in the United States implicating massive right-wing company, and the first thing he's like is, how can I make Destiny a part of this? Holy shit. I'm about to wait for him to be like, was this DGG? I bet that's what he initially thought. I was like, God, I hope this company, what is this company DGG? Are they talking about Destiny here?
Why they were doing pro-Russian propaganda and how much money they were getting paid when you were trying to fuck Lauren Southern or when you were trying to fuck Roman Millennial, when you were doing fucking buddy-buddy conversations with these fucking people, Destiny? Huh? What happened? This is also, it doesn't matter. Vindication or not, it doesn't fucking matter because the people that are so invested in me being a fucking
vindication. Keep in mind that Hassan's side is the one that's been saying over and over again that the fixation on like Russian propaganda and Russian disinformation is a waste of time. That's his side that's been in on that, by the way.
Russian op, like a Russian operative, not a Russian opposition, are so invested in that they will never listen to reason. They've already made up their minds. They've watched all the fucking YouTube commentary videos from these fucking dumbasses who kept saying like I was pro Russia from the jump. Okay. So, you know, they will still continue with that, the investment that they've made. But I just want to point out, you know, seems like motherfuckers who are pro-Russia got. Seems like the motherfuckers who are paid propagandists got. Hassan is a Russian op, but not for financial reasons. It's because he read Dugin and was really moved by it. Yeah, I am famously a big fan of ultra-nationalist fascist.
We know you are. It's okay. You literally were pro-Russia, but that's okay. Okay. Fuck. All right. Let's go. Despite describing U.S. company one's investor to comment, we did this. Okay. Oh, we read that. I think we read that like 6 times. Okay. Okay. Awaiting payment from Moscow. Join the Discord channel. Okay. Invoices. Today marks 2 weeks since I submitted the invoice for August editing. Any idea for this delay? We are signing the large contracts and need to be certain we will get the funding to pay these people. Persona 1 did not immediately respond. While awaiting a reply from Persona 1, Lauren Chen searched for the then current time in Moscow to see if he was awake. Specifically at approximately 8:50 p.m. Central Time on or about September 11th, 2023. Lauren Chen searched on Google time in Moscow on September 11th. Nice. The time was, in fact, approximately 4:50 a.m. in Moscow. Approximately 3 days later, on or about September 14th, 2023, Lauren Chen followed up in the investor Discord channel writing, "Hey, Persona 1, just wanted to follow up and see if your finance department has any update on the transfers." As Tenet Media prepared to launch in the fall of 2023, consistent with Persona 1's instruction to Founder 1 to work with the Russian firm we agreed to hire, Lauren Chen introduced Kalashnikov to Tenet Media's employees and affiliates as an outside editor hired by U.S. Company 1's investor, Tenet Media's investor. In this role, Kalashnikov monitored Tenet Media's internal communications and edited content published by Tenet Media. Without disclosing that he was an RT employee, Kalashnikov also introduced his fellow RT employee, the lady Lena, to provide additional day-to-day direction to Tenet Media employees and commentators as set forth below. Also, keep in mind too, I hate and I love this. I said before, okay, remember the Mueller indictments turned out there were credible indictments that came from Mueller's investigation into the IRA, the Internet Research Agency, that did shit like this, right? And remember how I've been saying, I needed somebody to make a super cut of this, okay? How many times have I been saying, I wonder how much Russian disinformation is out there. Isn't it crazy that conservatives don't talk about this Russian disinformation at all? Mueller caught one company working here. How many others could there be? Why does nobody question this? Why does nobody think about this? Why are we only hearing about the fucking Jews all the time? What about Russia, right? Oh, and then crazy. It looks like they do have at least a couple other massive organizations that they're all funding. Remember, even after this, the question should be, well, how many more are there in countries that aren't the United States, right? Or even in the United States, right? Should be thinking about this. On or about August 2nd, 2023, Lauren Chen created a Discord server for use by Tenet Media employees, associates, and contributors. In the weeks that followed, Lauren Chen subdivided the Tenet Media Discord server into various Discord channels, including channels for individual contributors and their teams to discuss production-related matters. A channel for... hello?
Hey, buddy.
Oh, I have to finish reading this real quick. You want to talk tomorrow?
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. No worries. Bye.
Production-related matters. A channel to discuss pitches and story concepts, and channels for the production team to post videos for publication by U.S. Company 1 by Tenet Media. Lauren Chen added Kalashnikov to most of these Discord channels, typically allowing Kalashnikov as an editor. For example, on or about August 7th, Lauren Chen created a Discord channel for the production of videos by one of the 6 commentators listed on U.S. Company 1's website, Commentator 4, and told Commentator 4 that Kalashnikov is heading up the editing team, so you and him can start to discuss how to get started working together. Through this channel on the U.S. Company 1 Discord, Tenet Media's Discord server, Kalashnikov requested raw footage from Commentator 4 and later shared an edited version of Commentator 4's first video for U.S. Company 1. For the first video... Is anybody backing up all of Tenet Media? Has that happened yet? Because this shit is all potentially going offline.
I think I've pissed off basically everybody. That's what happens when you're a free thinker.
Anti-establishment or right-wing or dissident media is just, there's slurs. Massive corporate.
Okay, this was the promotional video. Okay, first video.
Taylor Hansen here with Tenet Media. Today I am in Fort Worth, Texas, asking locals what their opinions are regarding banning books in public schools. There's been a lot of controversy going on here in Texas, especially in the Frisco ISD school districts.
For kids.
And definition as well.
Oh, rimming, licking the bottom.
So maybe it's this guy?
Taylor Hansen here with Tenet.
Maybe Taylor Hansen? Well, actually, wait. Showed an edited version of Commentator 4's first video for the U.S. company. It's the first video for the company, actually. So it could actually be, it could be Lauren. It could be this guy, Matt Christensen. It could be any of these 3 people, I guess. Or Dave Rubin. No, not Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin and Tim Pool are already known. Okay. Okay, we don't know yet. Kalashnikov similarly participated in a Discord channel on the U.S. Company 1 Discord server for another commentator listed on U.S. Company 1's website, Commentator 5. Communications on that channel included, among other things, Kalashnikov requesting raw footage from Commentator 5. And on or about November 9th, 2023, Founder 1, Lauren Chen, Message Producer 2, on Discord in part that Edward hired Kostra's team. In other words, that Edward Gregorian had hired Kalashnikov's purported editing team. On or about August 17th, Kalashnikov informed Lauren Chen that Kalashnikov had added Helena Shudra, whom Kalashnikov described as a member of my team who would be coordinating the editing team, to Tenet Media's Discord server. Digital forensic evidence confirms that Helena Shudra was, in truth and in fact, the Russian. Was it Lena? An employee of Russia Today. For example, the email account used to register the Helena Discord account bears a Russian web domain, and the email handle Afalina1997, which is composed of the first 3 letters of their surname, a variant of their name, and the variant of their first name, Alina, or Elena, or Lena, and birth year 1997, Moreover, between in or about February 2024 and in or about March 2024, the Helena Shudra Discord account was accessed approximately 173 times from a Moscow-based IP address. It was also used to access their Lena's personal Gmail address on approximately 12 occasions. On approximately 163 occasions, the same IP address was also used to access the Victoria Pasty Discord account, which, as set forth below, was another fake persona used by Lena at Tenet Media. Lena initially adopted a similar editorial role as Kalashnikov, for example, in communications on the U.S. Tenet Media Discord server. Helena Shudra solicited raw footage from and circulated edit videos for review by Commentator 4. After the public launch of U.S. Company 1, however, Lena used the Helena persona and the Victoria persona to push RT messaging through Tenet Media and expand its viewership, as set forth below. On or about November 1st, 2023, one of the 6 commentators listed on Tenet Media's website posted a video on YouTube announcing the launch of Tenet Media. In the video, Commentator 6 explained that US Company 1 was a project of Founder 1 and Founder 2 who were trying to build a new platform for independent media with an initial lineup of 6 content creators, namely Commentator 1 through 6. Okay. Company 1's website... Tenet Media's website posted a video on YouTube announcing the launch of US Company 1 in the video. Okay, wait, can I hear this? Hold on. In the video, this person explained that US Company 1 was a project of Lauren and who were trying to build him. Okay.
I think I've pissed off basically everybody. That's what happens when you're a free thinker.
Anti-establishment or right-wing or dissident media is just their slurs slung at the people who are doing news correctly.
When the media says dissident or anti-establishment, I mean, when I hear it, I think base, very cool.
Free speech is under attack. That we self-censor. Maybe they take us down individually. It's a lot harder to do when we're grouped together in this way. I worked for several massive corporate news organizations. What did I learn? They lie. Their agendas matter more than the truth.
Independent media, actual media's most important job is holding these people accountable.
The challenge for all of us is to not be passive participants in letting the country slip away.
Okay, so somebody posted a YouTube video announcing the launch of this project, but it wasn't posted. I don't think it was posted on their channel. I wonder if we could find the... what video they're talking about here. Meow.
In recent weeks, you may have seen promotionals for something called Tenet Media. Promotionals include
trying to find a new platform for independent media. Control F, independent media. Ah, it is this. There it is. Thank you. Oh, it's right at the beginning.
What is Tenet Media? Well, Tenet is a project of Lauren Chen and her husband Liam. They're trying to build a new platform for independent media, and so they're launching with a lineup of 6. That's Tim Pool, Dave Rubin, Lauren Southern, Benny.
Okay, so commentator 6 is Matt Christensen. Is that? I don't know if I spelled that name correctly. After the public launch of US Company 1 of Tenet Media, Lena, using her covert personas, aggressively advanced RT's investment in US Company 1 in at least 2 ways. Do you think you have an influence as big as Tim Pool? I don't know. Tim Pool is one of the largest political commentary podcast things out there. I think my guess would be have more influence on me, but it's always hard to tell with how many people bought and everything. So it's hard to know. Okay, first, Lena demanded that Lauren Chen press Tenet Media's hired commentators to share Tenet Media's content with the commentators' pre-existing audiences, thus magnifying the impact of RT's messaging through Tenet Media. For example, on or about February 16, 2024, Lena messaged Lauren Chen on Discord. I do worry that neither commentator 3 nor commentator 1, who's Dave Rubin, share any raw videos posted on X. Commentator 2 shared only 1 video this week. Tim Pool. Commentator 4 didn't share any raw videos at all. She only shared her mini doc, and it's a promo. Okay, so commentator 4, I think the only woman there is Lauren Southern. And then what did we read about commentator 4 earlier? Founder 1 created Discord for the production of videos promoted 6 commentators listed on US Company 1's website, Lauren Southern, and told Lauren Southern that Clutch was heading up the editing team, so you and him can start working together. This channel requested raw footage from Lauren Southern and later edited an edited version of Lauren's first video for US Company 1 for 10 minutes. Okay, so that's probably referring to this video here, the housing crisis stuff. On or about August 17th, 2023, Kalashnikov informed Lauren Chen that Kalashnikov was at, okay, this, okay. Email account, wait, we already read this, right? Yes. Okay, about sharing raw videos. Commentator 5 is good at sharing videos so far. Okay, then asked, do you think it'd be possible for producer 1 could start posting videos a bit earlier? Lauren Chen requested that, or I'm sorry, Lauren Chen responded that she would talk to producer 1 about posting earlier, and in fact she did. A few days later, Lena again messaged Lauren Chen, is producer 1 going to post things earlier today? I think we need to post things earlier, and asked the commentator's media managers to share raw videos with subtitles posted on Tenet Media's X. At least 1 share per day, not 1 share per week. Lauren Chen replied that she had asked producer 1 to share at least 1 per day with the creators, but noted that the commentators were not contractually obligated to share Tenet Media's content. Lena responded, I know this is not an obligation, but we're falling behind with numbers, and we need to make our best so the creators can share 1 raw video per day, at least for now. Oof, shitty contract negotiations. Not good. With Lauren Chen's assistance, Lena amplified her request that Tenet Media's commentators promote Tenet Media's content by repeating that request through a second fake persona, Victoria Pesti, on or about February 21st, 2024. Lena messaged Lauren Chen on Discord, please make invite for Victoria, referring to an invitation for the new Victoria Pesti account to join the US Company 1 Discord server, Tenet Media's Discord. After Lauren responded that she had already sent the invitation yesterday, Lena replied, sorry, I thought you would send it to me here, thus implying that Lena was operating both of these accounts, good one, Helena Shudra and Victoria Pesti accounts. Lauren Chen then assured Lena that she would intro Victoria to the chat and restate the importance of social sharing. The next day, as promised, Lauren posted a message to the to Tenet Media's Discord, introducing Victoria Pesti from our investors team. Victoria Pesti announced that from now on, our top priority should be establishing Tenet Media's social media presence, and we do ask you to start sharing Tenet Media's social posts through your own accounts daily. Second, with Lauren and her husband's backing, Lena directed Tenet Media staff to publish specific content that Lena identified. On or about January 15th, Lauren Chen wrote in a channel on the Discord for Tenet Media, comprised of these people, founder 1, founder 2, producer 1, blah, blah, blah. Helena's going to start creating customized videos for us to post on our socials of viral content that's floating around between in about January 2024 and in or about June 2024. Lena posted links to approximately 841 video clips, which were routinely posted by Tenet Media staff onto Tenet Media social media channels. On occasion, Tenet Media staff privately contacted Lauren Chen or her husband to push back on Lena's content and were rebuffed. For example, on or about February 15, 2024, Lena shared with Tenet Media a video of a well-known U.S. political commentator visiting a grocery store in Russia. Okay, Tucker Carlson. Lena posted the video in the producer Discord channel. Later that day, producer 1 privately messaged founder 2 on Discord. They want me to post this, referencing the video that Lena had posted, but it just feels like over at shilling. Lauren Chen's husband replied that Lauren thinks we should put it out there. Producer 1 acquiesced, responding, all right, I'll put it out tomorrow. Where do they get these producers at? Are the producers RT companies? People are saying RT employees. I don't know if these were RT employees. US Company 1 employs 3 staff producers. Producer 1, producer 2, and a third individual, producer 3. Yeah, no, they're not. The producers, I think, were... Okay, yeah, the producer people are just other people that were brought in and hired. I don't think these are Russians, the producer people. As another example, on or about March 22nd, Elena shared on the producer Discord channel a video of the March 22nd, 2024 terrorist attack on a music venue in Moscow, which killed approximately 145 people and injured hundreds more. Producer 1 privately messaged Lauren Chen, writing, I don't know if you saw it, but they want me to post some footage from an attack in Moscow today. There's a watermark in the middle of the page that's blurred, which looks bad, and it's also pretty graphic. You can see people getting shot, albeit from far away. Lauren Chen did not push back on the content of this clip, but replied in the producer Discord channel, I'm not sure it's a good idea to blur out someone's watermark. Lena then assured the group that it's fine, no worries, it falls under fair use. Then why are you blurring the watermark? Producer 1 and Producer 2 found a video clip of the attack without a watermark and posted the clip to X, satisfying Elena's request. The next day, on or about March 23rd, 2024, Elena privately messaged Lauren Chen on Discord asking that one of our creators record something about the Moscow terror attacks. Despite public reporting that the foreign terrorist organization ISIS had claimed responsibility for the attack, Elena requested that that Tenet Media blame Ukraine and the United States, writing, I think we can focus on the Ukraine/US angle. The mainstream media spread fake news that ISIS claimed responsibility for the attack, yet ISIS itself never made such statements. All terrorists are now detained while they were heading to the border with Ukraine, which makes it even more suspicious why they would want to go to Ukraine to hide. Lauren Chen responded that Lauren would ask commentator 3. We don't know who this one is yet, right? There's 2 left, who it could be. And the next day, confirmed that commentator 3 says he's happy to cover it. Okay, so who said this? This was on March 23rd.
All right, guys, we have got some massive news today.
January 23rd, not too long ago. Control F, terrorist attack, Moscow, shooting. I wonder, it could have been live streamed as well, right? Oh wait, I have to go down. I'm sorry. We don't know who this. Nobody has a link to this video. What Tenet Media made about the shooting. But in or around June 2024, Lauren Chen authorized Elena and Kalashnikov to post content directly onto Tenet Media's platform, bypassing Tenet Media employees altogether. Specifically, on or about June 12, 2024, in a Discord message, Lauren Chen informed Producer 1 that going forward, Lena's team, and these two will be posting their own vids directly to Tenet Media's social media accounts. Lauren Chen thus gave both of them unfettered access to serve RT messaging to Tenet Media's audience. Let's see. Oh my God. U.S. company 1 receives nearly $10 million from foreign shell entities. That's probably including all of the contractors as well, right? Yeah. Jesus. Lauren Chen and her husband profited from their unregistered services to RT. Starting in approximately August of 2023, Lauren and her husband typically submitted 2 invoices each month to Persona 1 on the Investor Discord channel. One invoice was for Tenet Media's expenses. Oh wait, shit, you found it. I love you. If so, here's the link. Oh wait, but I don't know if this was on Tenet Media. This was March 22nd, and it was Benny Johnson.
Aligned with. Inside, we have our first eyewitness talking.
Balcony on the 3rd.
Does he say that this is probably Ukrainians? Does he talk about ISIS at all, or?
Talking about what geopolitical ramifications may occur in this scenario. Now, it has been public knowledge that the war in Ukraine is lost. Former top Polish army chief admits that Ukraine is losing the war. Every indication is that Ukraine is losing the war. Is the world running out of patience for Zelensky's blank check demands? Poland stops giving arms. The U.S. gives a fraction of what Ukraine's leaders want. You can see here on the map, this is from the New York Times, the red is the area that Russia gained, and the little blue areas is what the billions and billions of dollars of counteroffensive money has gained in Ukraine. Yes, this is lost, and Russia continues to take territory from Ukraine. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying it is what it is. Okay? The world is not sunshine and gumdrops. There are bad people, and oftentimes in war, both sides are the devil, okay? Like, there's no angels in war. Go talk to somebody who's fought in a war and ask if you were on the side of the angels. There are no angels in war. There are 2 sides, varying degrees of evil.
I don't know
all
what this is.
I'm just saying, that's why the best stance is to be anti-war. The best stance is to be peace at all costs in virtually every situation. Will this lead to escalation? I mean, if these people are found out to be like Ukrainian-backed terrorists, totally, yes.
March 22nd.
The U.S. can only produce about 1,000 artillery shells per day. Europeans even less. Russians are producing and using 10,000 a day. This is one of the reasons why Ukraine is losing the war. Congressional action won't fix this. So here from the Berliner Zeitung, the U.S. knew in advance about plans to blow up the Nord Stream pipelines in the Baltic Sea, according to Poland's foreign minister in an interview published Friday, but the U.S. did nothing.
This is on March 23rd that this convo happened. So this would have happened on the day before. So it needs to be either the next day or the day after, I think, right? So I don't know if this would even be... I'm sure other people have figured it out. Oh, just keep going. Let's see. Eleni requested the U.S. company... Okay, wait, we're doing this. And his team's posting directly. Okay, starting on. Okay, they invoice one invoice for U.S. Company One's expenses, such as its payments to its commentators. Another invoice for founder for Lauren and her husband's own fees and commissions between in or about August 2023 and in or about June 2024. Lauren and her husband invoiced UK Shell Entity One more than $9.3 million for the expenses. So that's for the talent and for the talent basically, which they asked to be paid to the U.S. Jesus. August 2023 to June 2024, Russia paid out about $9.3 million to all of the Tenet Media talent. Lauren and her husband also invoiced this more than $760,000 for their own fees and commissions. In the same time period, Chen and her husband were paid about $760,000 by Russia. Some of which they asked to be paid to Canadian Company One's bank account in Canada, some of which they asked to be paid to U.S. Company One bank account in the United States. Destiny, it's this.
Being widely reported that...
Oh, no. After Lauren and her husband transmitted their monthly invoices to Persona 1 in the Investor Discord channel, Persona 1 typically acknowledged receipt and confirmed payment between in or about October 2023 and in or about August 2024. The U.S. Company One bank account received approximately 30 wire transfers from foreign entities totaling approximately $9.7 million. U.S. Company One reimbursed or dispersed most of these funds to its contracted commentators, including approximately $8.7 million to the production companies of commentators 1, 2, and 3 alone. 3 must be Benny Johnson. That's my guess. He's the only one that's big enough to be included with these other 2. That's my guess. Who does that leave the last person? Who's commentator 5? Consistent with Lauren Chen's February 8th, 2023 warning to Persona 1 that it would be very hard to recoup the cost for the likes of Dave Rubin and Tim Pool based on ad revenue from web traffic or sponsors alone. Tenet Media's foreign wire transfers far exceeds its receipts of advertising revenue. Indeed, oh no, they're about to blow them up. The approximately $9.7 million that Tenet Media received from foreign wire transfers represents nearly 90% of all the deposits into Tenet Media's bank account from in or about October 2023 to in or about August 2024. It's got to be more. There's no way that this. There's no way that Tenet made $1 million in ad revenue in 1 year from those channel stats. What is it called? Tenet Media? No shot. Impossible. Impossible. Tenet Media received its 30 inbound wire transfers from 7 foreign entities, none of which were Tenet Media's contract counterparty, UK Shell Entity 1. 3 of the remaining entities... 3 of the remaining entities, Turkish Shell Entity 1 through Turkish Shell Entity 3, listed identical addresses at an office building in Istanbul, Turkey. 3 of the remaining entities listed different addresses in Dubai and Ras Al Khaimah, the UAE. And the last remaining entity listed an address in Mauritius. It's an African country. Of the 7 foreign entities, only the UAE Shell Entity 1, UAE Shell Entity 2, and Mauritius Shell Entity have websites. Like the website of Czech Shell Entity 1, the websites of this, blah, blah, blah. Do we care about any of this? Our company is always happy to create and implement new projects. An analysis to Yacht Consultancy. Okay. Contrary to Tenet Media's invoices, which reflect fees for staff and commentators, as well as Lauren Chen and Lauren Tu's commissions, the wire notes of many of the U.S. Company One's inbound wire transfers ascribe the payments to the purchase of electronics. For example, the wire note for Turkish Shell Entity One's $318,800 wire payment to Tenet Media on March 1st, 2024 read, buying goods, inventory 013, iPhone 15 Pro Max 512 GB. Jesus, bro, you've even got fake... To deliver funds into the Tenet Media bank account, each of the Tenet Media Company One's 30 inbound international wire transfers totaled nearly $10 million, as set forth above, utilized a correspondent bank in Manhattan, New York. According to records of the FARA unit, neither U.S. Company 1 nor Founder 1 nor Founder 2 has ever registered as a foreign agent with the Attorney General. Damn. Statutory allegations. Conspiracy to violate the FARA, the Foreign Agent Registration Act. Remember, these indictments are listed out for the two Russians. The defendants and others known and unknown knowingly and intentionally did combine, conspire, confederate, and agree together and with each other to commit an offense against the United States, to wit, to knowingly and willfully act and cause U.S. Company 1, Founder 1, and Founder 2 to act as agents of foreign principals without registering with the Attorney General. They would and did knowingly and willfully act and cause U.S. Company 1, Founder 1, and Founder 2 to act as agents. I wonder if they'll be indicted. Genuine question. During your Citizens United arc, you said that politicians' beliefs were not bought and paid for by corporations, but instead corporations would find politicians who supported their views. How can you tell it's not the same here with Tenet? The way that this hunting probably works is you find people who are within your sphere of likely to sell these messages, and then you push them in that direction. Basically the same way. In fact, it's actually probably quite similar to how I claim that like lobbying works, where like Russia is never ever coming to me to offer me money to shill their views, because I wouldn't do it. It's way too outside of my.
That's where useful idiot comes from. The Soviets used to use people during the Cold War that already espoused bullshit about the Soviet Union.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, like that Russia's never coming to me to do stuff like this. But let's say that you're a person who's already like 20, 30% in line with, or not, I'm sorry, let's say you're like 50 to 70% already in line with what they'd have you say anyway. Those are the types of people that you reach out to. Yeah. If Lauren Chen is lying or having her wire transfers have notes that are lying about it, though, I'd be surprised if they aren't indicted with some kind of crime. Are you saying that none of the influencers besides Chen knew that it was RT money funding them? Well, that's what the indictment alleges. I would be willing to bet that at least some of the people involved would have had an idea about it, just knowing the dollar amounts. Like these three, Dave Rubin, Tim Pool, and Benny Johnson, it would be surprising to me if they're getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a month that they wouldn't have any inkling that, are you sure that this is on the up and up? For Lauren Southern, for Matt Christensen, and for whoever this guy is, I don't know, or it hasn't been publicly released like what their contracts are. So it's possible if they were getting paid, Taylor Hanson, if they're getting paid lesser or much less than this, then it's possible that they wouldn't know. But for these three, that's, well, I don't know what Benny Johnson's exact payout was either, but for Dave Rubin and Tim Pool, it's pretty sus. DOJ released something broader. Justice Department disrupts covert Russian government-sponsored foreign malign influence operation targeting audiences in the United States and elsewhere.
We reached out to RT for comment, and the company responded in part with the following: ha, 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 ha.
I'm sure that was much funnier in the original Russian, but for us, it's not funny. This is deadly serious, and we are going to treat it accordingly.
We reached out to RT for comment.
You met that Taylor kid once. Met him or
Do you guys believe
debated
in the
him?
Second Amendment?
Yeah, sure. Oh, is that the guy?
Check this out. No, I'm just asking because I'm a Second Amendment guy. I'm from Nebraska.
Oh, this dude. Wait, we were with Lauren Southern on this vid, right? Was this a setup? Did she say we were going to meet these guys to chat? Wait. This was a long time ago. This is before Tenet Media even existed.
I got rifles. I got a Glock. I like my self-defense. Somebody's walking through my house and they...
I got a Trump hat on and everything.
Yeah, what's up?
Obama?
In person. Like
he was actually next to Ashley when she got shot.
Do we know who this guy is? This guy kind of looks like... Wait, no, he's not. He doesn't even look like him. Hold on. Did this guy really have an eye patch? No. Just the facial hair. Not even the facial hair. That's Gregorian? Holy shit.
Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
God damn, it feels good to be just fucking right. Just feels good to be right about everything. All right. I'm going to go downstairs. Love you. Be careful.